Close your eyes for a second and picture it. The promotion comes through. You step on the scale and see the number you've been chasing for 2 years. You get that warm little glow in your chest. Now here's the uncomfortable part. That exact feeling of satisfaction is quietly making you less likely to ever reach your goal. For decades, the most popular piece of advice about goals has been to see it, believe it, and achieve it. But positive fantasy on its own acts as a sedative. Because the more vividly you live inside the fantasy of winning in your head, the more your brain treats the job as already done. And a brain that thinks it already won doesn't bother sending you out to fight for it. A researcher named Gabriele Oettingen spent more than 20 years running experiments to test whether picturing your goals actually helps you reach them. This is a chart tracking college graduates on the job hunt. The heavy dreamers, the ones who spent the most time floating in an imagined offer letter, ended up with fewer job offers and lower starting salaries than their more grounded peers. It even shows up in physical healing. Patients recovering from surgery who fantasized about a smooth, pain-free recovery actually healed more slowly and moved less than patients who held a sober picture of the road ahead. Across dieters and students and job seekers, the pattern held. Everywhere optimism was expected to help, the same quiet sabotage appeared instead. If a positive fantasy acts as a drain on human ambition, there must be an entirely different, unseen mechanism that actually gets us to move. To find it, Oettingen brought people into a lab and had them spend a few minutes fantasizing in detail about an idealized future week. Then she measured their actual physical activation. Instead of gearing up to chase something hard, the subject's blood pressure dropped. The daydream had given them the physiological signature of deep physical relaxation. Look at how your brain processes this. It is a reward-seeking machine. When you vividly visualize getting the thing you want, you get a hit of a pleasant feeling immediately. The fantasy completes the loop, handing you the emotional payoff for free. It's like looking at a photo of a feast when hungry. The photo gives a taste of satisfaction that takes the edge off your hunger, destroying the drive to actually cook. Pure positive fantasy feels lovely, but it steals the uncomfortable tension required to take physical action. So you might assume the fix is to expect the worst and picture failure. No, people who only see obstacles tend to quit before they even start. Oettingen discovered the answer isn't in pure toxic positivity or fatalistic doubt. It's an exercise she calls mental contrasting. You let yourself fully imagine the wished-for outcome. But then, while that image is still warm, you turn and look squarely at the specific internal obstacle standing between you and it. Placing the bright future and the concrete wall side by side in your mind forces your brain to treat the goal as a problem to solve. It manufactures the exact physiological tension you need to propel yourself forward. Oettingen packaged this insight into a 5-minute protocol you can run in your head. It's called WOOP: Wish, Outcome, Obstacle, Plan. The W is your wish. Pick a challenging but realistic goal. The first O is the outcome. Picture the best result of fulfilling that wish and let yourself feel the emotional pull. Then comes the pivot. The second O is the obstacle. Ask yourself what main internal barrier gets in the way. It's not traffic or your boss. It's the exhaustion on the couch or the urge to scroll on your phone instead of working out. This flowchart maps out the final step, the plan. You create a specific if-then scenario. When I come home and feel the pull of the couch, then I will immediately put on my running clothes. You've preloaded the behavioral response. Instead of relying on willpower in the moment, you've transformed the obstacle from an excuse to quit into an automatic trigger to act. Behavioral science is filled with tidy acronyms that crumble when you check the data. But in 2021, a meta-analysis looked at 24 studies, covering nearly 16,000 people using this exact framework. This graph illustrates the results from just one of those field studies. Medical trainees using this approach nearly tripled their weekly study time. Dieters improved by 30%. The next time you catch yourself drifting into the highlight reel of your imagined success, don't shut it down. Enjoy it for a second, but then immediately confront the specific internal wall standing in your way. Start right now. Go to the comments below and name your specific internal obstacle out loud. That is literally step 3 of the protocol. You don't need to dream bigger. The deliberate friction between the wish and the wall is the only thing that actually gets the work done.